Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people. And black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended. And that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'ma stay here. I'ma buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
We don't want to hear about how many baby daddies you got at home.
And we don't want to hear about how many dogs you have. Your dogs. And then on top, let me finish.
No. See, now the real, no, hold on. See, the real you is coming out.
No, I'm not hiding anything. To go around, let me finish.
No, hold on. The real you is coming out now. You don't want to hear about your dog. Fuck you. Now. No.
Okay.
See, the thing that y'all don't understand is people know that y'all got a negative disposition towards them. White people know y'all hate them, and then when they return the same energy back to you when they say, well, don't nobody want to hear about your ghetto kids at home that keep on writing on the wall all day, then you gonna get offended. You can talk about their dogs and say, fuck you, but then if they call you an angry black woman and it's, and this is where the black fatigue comes from, is because y'all always victims and you're never the aggressor. For some reason or another, y'all are always the ones that get offended. And then when you finally get called out on your then it's, oh my God, I can't believe it. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and all of this other bull. You just exhibited exactly what men deal with on a regular basis. Now, white people are dealing with it. See, this is what men have been going through inside of their households. They've been knowing and they've been dealing with the angry black woman syndrome for centuries, for decades. Now, white people, the very ones that y'all join forces with, especially white women, they saying, okay, Shaquanda, how many times are you going to be aggressive in the workplace? And how much chicken are you going to steal out of the refrigerator? And when they then call y'all out on y'all bull, now it's you. We don't like to hear your dogs, and I didn't want to go to the potluck because your cat probably was standing on the counter. Now it's coming out. See, now we can get somewhere. Now we can get somewhere because they can see the resting face. Y'all don't hide y'all emotions well. You think that everybody is supposed to tiptoe around y'all. And now they have black fatigue. Q, now you see what black fatigue is.
I'm sorry guys for the noise or any disturbance you might be hearing in the background. This video is certainly one that I have to film today, and as much as I would like to give you guys a very clean audio, I think we have to get on with giving you guys the content that you guys would definitely enjoy. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, drop your comments in the comment section. It does help this channel a lot. Some of you guys are not getting notified when I upload videos, so I would like you guys to please turn on the notification bell. So What is black fatigue? Why has this term become so popular within the black community? I'll first of all explain to you guys where this term started from. This term was popularized by an author named Mary Frances Winters, and she named this in her book called Black Fatigue: How Racism Erodes the Mind and Body and Spirit. This book came out in 2020, but for some reason we are now seeing a rise of the term black fatigue, and apparently it means something different. It's not just about how racism erodes the minds of black people within the black community, it's also about how it affects white people as well. White people are getting tired of ghetto culture and black hood culture. This has become like a narrative within the black subculture, and let me tell you, I totally get why white people and now beginning to speak up and express how they feel about this entire thing. The truth is, I am so tired of many of these activists trying to redefine racism for their own personal benefit. Seriously, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people using racism as every single excuse for their bad behaviors, and that's why a lot of these people, white people, are also speaking up. When you go on TikTok and just search the word brawl, you'd see that a lot of these people in these kinds of videos are black people. The hood culture is a term that has now gotten normalized within the black community. I also strongly believe that hood culture began ever since the emergence of gang culture, ever since the mistrust of the police within the black community. These are some of the things that encourage the hood culture. And I know some of you might argue with me on this, but Thomas Sowell, who is a novelist and also someone who has pretty much done a lot of research on black subculture, he has a completely different view on some of these mainstream ideologies around ghettohood and black culture. So he believes that the ghetto culture is a byproduct of bad incentives and not of blackness. He also believes that government policies like welfare expansion, public housing, leniency on crime helped create and sustain the worst part of this subculture. He also believes that the cultural decay is not about systemic racism, and that explains why so many social problems is in poor black neighborhoods. I'm going to go on after this video to talk about why a lot of white people move out of their neighborhoods when black people tend to move into their neighborhoods. And this is a problem not just of systemic racism, but it's also a problem of our behavior. We need to get to a point where we as black people hold each other accountable. And a lot of black people are also getting tired of seeing other black people blame everything on racism. How long are you going to walk in the shadows of the white man? But I say enough is enough, because white people are also tired of having to bear the cross of what their forefathers did a long time ago. And yes, I understand that black communities too also feel a certain kind of way about having to be stripped of their rights and stripped of their basic human needs 150 years ago. But that doesn't mean that we cannot unite and create a different version of our realities. Because think about it, it's been so long since white invasion. Black people have also moved across countries, settled across countries. The problem isn't in our ability to comprehend oneness or living together in peaceful ecosystem. The problem is in our environment and in our mindset, in how we continuously blame the past. It's like we are no longer choosing to be accountable for every of our bad behavior. And not just that, I also believe that it's also about our expectations. A lot of black people just go on expecting that life would be handed to you on a platter of gold by a white man. And yes, some of you are gonna go on to talk about white privileges and how a white man has a lot more to benefit from government incentives and overall white oppression. But come to think of it, a lot of us black people expect that we have to walk through life with less resistance just because our forefathers were sold into slavery years back. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's time for us to wake up. Like, nobody owes you anything, both the white man, both the black man. No one owes you anything, literally. And these high expectations, these are exactly what fosters grievances and helplessness, because when the white man doesn't meet to your expectations, or when you go on to blame everything that goes on in your life as being oppressed by a white man, and when these expectations, or when this white man in question is not choosing to accept that as his own reality, you go on to say that you're being treated unfairly, and now you are a victim of inequality. Let's go on to watch some of these videos on TikTok that I came across.
Listen to what this kid has to say. He hit it. Nail on the head.
You want to know what I've noticed these days, mate? Everyone's a fucking victim these days, mate. Even the upper middle class kids are trying to be fucking victims. They call it non-binary. Doesn't mean anything. It just makes you sound very victimized. I'm non-binary. And you want to know something that I think you guys will agree with as well? I just don't care anymore, mate. I like to call it victim fatigue. Everywhere you look, there's a fucking victim you got to care for. Look at me, I'm a victim. No, look at me, I'm a bigger victim. I'm in a wheelchair. It's like the victim Olympics around here, mate. Everyone's competing to be the biggest fucking loser. It's like, how about you stop being a little fucking bitch, mate? Stop begging for attention. Before I moved to the States, I was living in my fucking car, mate. You don't see me fucking going, oh, please, I'm living in my car. I'm a houseless person. I was like, I gotta get my shit together or I'm fucked, you know? I swear, some of you professional victims don't understand how good it feels to be independent and do shit yourself, mate. Collecting mental illnesses and fucking pronouns and all this shit like they're Pokemon cards. I'm a wheelchair, trans, disabled, non-binary, Z-Zim persons of colour. It's like, I don't give a fuck, dog. You've squeezed the lemon, mate. Now there's no juice left, okay? But you want to know the funny part? They fucking hate us. Oh, straight white man. You can't have a say unless it's giving me money. Look at the wave of conservative young men like myself. You want to know why that is, mate? Because my generation of young dudes is sick of being told we're the fucking problem when most of us work blue-collar jobs, can barely afford to get fucking by. But now we're the problem and we got to allocate all our attention to these fucking losers on the internet. To all you professional victims out there, mate, congratulations, you've done it. No one gives a fuck about you anymore. No one cares about your flags, your crying, your neurodivergent non-binary bullshit. Sorry to tell you, but you lost. You lost because you defeated yourself.
The problem is y'all niggas be moving out of white people's way. I don't. It's my job, and I take pride in making white people uncomfortable. Confront that white guilt you got in there.
Slow down. I'm not sure why I wound up on the racist side of TikTok, but Lord have mercy. I'm not really sure what to say because TikTok already gave me 3 strikes yesterday. But if a white person posted a video like that talking about black folks, they would ban your account and report it to Homeland Security. TikTok's letting y'all get way too comfortable on here. And you wonder why racism still exists. And you wonder why they always play the victim card. Well, there's your answer. TikTok's letting a certain group of people do and say whatever the hell they want to do on this app. But when I do it in defense, I get a strike and a violation.
Well, let's talk. This is the first time I'm hearing this phrase on TikTok, but I could use context clues and understand what it is. So, funny story, I'm scrolling on TikTok, minding my own business, just getting lost in the videos, and a white woman pops up in my algorithm and it's titled Black Fatigue. And I'm like, this should be interesting. Now, this is a creator that I've really grown to respect their videos. Basically, in her video, she's calling out the black community for different ignorant things that we do. And it's not just her. I've seen a lot of white people on this app kind of come out. It's almost like, raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by Regina George type of videos. And that's what they're doing toward black people. Here's the thing. The videos that I've personally seen is not racism. It's accountability. It's one of those to where they are tired. They are fed up to where they have opened their camera and they start confessing the things that agitate them about the black community. And because we have gotten to that point, you know who I blame? The black community. I mean, for one, the actions that they are mentioning is clearly from the black community. Black people in the comment sections are just like, this is racism, this is this, and this is this. I blame y'all. This is what happens when the Black community cry wolf or cry racism in instances that's not racism, to where now we have a hard time knowing the difference between what is actually racism and what is actually accountability. We've allowed this to happen because we do not like being held accountable for some of the ignorance, some of the degeneracy, some of the just plain right foolishness that comes out of our community. We refuse to address it. And when we have people who address it, they are called coons. They are called like judgmental. And so now you have white people entering the chat and said, you know what? We're tired of it. We're tired of being called racist for holding y'all accountable to the ignorant things that's happening.
A lot of Black people now are not even sure what racism is. A lot of Black people don't know the difference between racism and being held accountable. What could be blamed for this dysfunction? Do we blame people's disdain for education within the Black community? Some people are even lacking basic understanding of what it means to maintain civilized interaction between their fellow folks, and a white man especially. Some people are also stuck in the glorification of violence. We see this within hip-hop culture and even within the music industry. For example, Diddy has been one who has been super praised within hip-hop culture, and now what do we see? He's being charged for violence and sexual assault. These are some of the cultures that promote certain behaviors. Are we promoting a lot of these negative behaviors through our music and some of the things we consume? Thomas Sowell has made a tangible argument around this. He claims that Black families in the early 20th century, despite segregation, had a higher marriage rate, lower crime rate, and strong emphasis on education. He also argues that things got worse after the expansion of the welfare states in the 1960s. I'll argue that the culture of poverty doesn't only exist within the Black communities too. There are also a lot of white communities that also have poverty as a major significant problem. I think the main problem is the intellectual rationalization around these problems, because we tend to rationalize this victim mentality. We also tend to rationalize everything and blame it on government intervention. Although the government has its roles that it plays to perpetuate this ideology amongst different cultures, we still have ourselves to be held accountable for a lot of the actions that we promote. And truth is, ghetto culture is Black suffering. The reason why we Black people are still suffering today is because of how hood some of our beliefs are, how ghetto some of our behaviors are. Some of our behaviors are actually maladaptive behaviors. Some of these behaviors are based on biased, irrational concepts which we have made ourselves or forced ourselves to believe that we are the victims. The truth is, the concept of race was a made-up concept. I think the question we really need to ask ourselves is it really about racism, or is this about the change that we need to enact in order to see some progress? I'm not here to advocate for those white supremacists who are racist, purposely being racist to certain Black people. I'm not here to advocate that. What I'm here to do is to enlighten a lot of us that still strongly believe that everything we don't get is as a result of racism. Like, come on guys, seriously, some of you guys really need to start looking into yourselves, looking inward, and assessing how much of value you give to yourself. The objective here is to understand our roots, to uplift the culture, to reduce our expectations from others, and also to change the systems that perpetuate inequality. I wouldn't want to downplay my own identity just to be accepted. I would want to own my identity. And yes, if someone else is being racist to me, that's on you. So if you are one of those people showing up less of yourself, not showing up in your best behavior, and you're expecting to be treated differently, it's not possible. It's not possible to be treated differently when you don't treat yourself with high esteem and high regards. It's not possible. It's high time we come together to enforce this, or else we would keep becoming victims of our own problems. That's about it for this video. If you did enjoy watching this, hit the like button. Don't forget to stay subscribed. Turn on that notification bell, guys, because it helps the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.